Unless you've been living under a rock, you know that recently Dodge introduced the world to this, the all-new 2025 EV Dodge Charger. And the reception has been mixed, to say the least. Let's dive into everything you think Dodge did wrong with their new flagship muscle car. We took a look at subreddits Dodge, Charger, and our very own YouTube comment section to see what y'all like the least about it. Sorry, Stellantis, this one might get a little heated. Kicking things off with the elephant in the room, the death of the Hemi V8.
The Hemi V8 has been swapped out for a 400-volt system and an 800-volt system on the horizon in the upcoming new Banshee variant.
Demon killer or not, when we asked which version of the Charger y'all were interested in on our community page, 60% of you said you weren't interested in either the EV or the 6-pack gas-powered Charger, because without a V8, it's not really a muscle car. Now, the purist in me wants to agree, but I'm still holding out hope the 6-pack Charger with its twin-turbo Hurricane under the hood comes out swinging. In some ways, it's a minor miracle Dodge is continuing with an internal combustion powered Charger at all, because you know there are some suits at Stellantis who are on a mission to shift over all production cars to EVs and hybrids. And while we're talking about the 6-pack, many of you have already noted that the inline-6 twin turbocharged all-wheel drive format lines up with one of our favorite supercars here at Ideal. FOST 2015 rightly points out we might have somewhat of an American GTR on our hands. Or as Tits McGee noted, it's kind of like if a Supra got buried in American barbecue and had to eat its way out. As far as that GTR comparison goes, I'm not convinced the new straight-six Charger is gonna have the track chops of an R35. But I guess you never know. Now, I know, an American GTR is no replacement for a true V8 powered muscle car. But if it delivers on that crazy dollar to performance ratio the R35 GTR accomplished, it might be a value too great to ignore. But if you just can't wrap your mind around driving a 6-cylinder American muscle car, Casey Blake 7527 on our YouTube comment section has our solution. If Dodge is going to continue selling crate heavy engines, it's only a matter of time until the 6-pack Charger has a pretty straightforward engine swap solution. I wouldn't be shocked to see entire businesses formed around dumping a Hemi in your brand new Charger. So, is the Dodge V8 Hemi muscle car era really dead? Well, perhaps only if you lack a little bit of elbow grease and some friends to help you swap one out on a weekend. And if you happen to live somewhere with no mandatory vehicle inspections. But enough about the 6-pack. Let's dive into the real meat of this announcement, the EV Charger. It looks like Dodge is mainly focused on pushing the electric Charger as its flagship sports car. Only problem is, can an EV really be a sports car? FewLayer7125 on Reddit doesn't seem to think so. And plenty other Charger-loving Redditors seem to agree. Kim Bobs points out the sheer size of the new Charger. I mean, it's nearly as long as a Tahoe. Now, Chargers and Challengers were never the best at eating up corners, but based on its proportions, this thing is probably gonna handle like the Titanic. Speaking of, Dodge has a serious weight problem on their hands. Eamon Lockhartable on YouTube points out that at nearly 6,000 pounds, the EV Charger is heavier than a Toyota Tacoma or base Ford F-150. I mean, it's heavier than my mom! It's heavier than some EV SUVs like the Tesla Model X or Mustang Mach-E. Its girth puts it in the same range as a loaded Chevy Suburban or Mercedes G-Wagon. And this is supposed to drive like a sporty muscle sedan? I guess we have to remember, EV performance and ICE performance are very different. I mean, we all know EVs are heavy, but they do come with crazy acceleration, and the EV Charger is poised to absolutely deliver on that. Thanks to near instantaneous torque, the EV Scat Pack will get you from 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, whereas the outgoing combustion Scat Pack takes 4.2. And if you're into motorsports at all, you know 9/10 of a second is like an eternity at the drag strip. But hey, performance won't mean much if it doesn't come with feeling.
Thankfully, Dodge has found a new way to give the Charger a voice.
I got family.
The Fratzonic chambered exhaust is exactly the crazy kind of invention that would make the Dodge brothers proud.
Well, I don't know if I agree, but I do know the EV Charger needs the tactile sensations American muscle cars are known for. The vibration, the noise, the emotion. And the Fratzonic exhaust is a neat piece of tech that's going to allow the EV Charger to not only make revving sounds, but since it's linked up directly to the chassis, it can even reverberate throughout the entire car. sort of like how some luxury manufacturers have used similar tech for noise canceling. But Christopher U5040 on YouTube isn't quite as impressed. And if Dodge can't match the sensations of previous Charger generations, I do think it'll be a difficult sell to their buyers. But to be fair, they're not the only ones working on this kind of technology. Hyundai's EV track rat, the Ioniq Q5N, has a system to simulate a clutch dump so you can drift it around along with pumped-in canned engine noise. Heck, even Toyota and Lexus are trying to pin down the classic three-pedal feel in an EV, and it sounds like they're getting pretty good at it. So while the first round of the Charger EV might have to rely entirely on that Fratsonic exhaust to help create an engaging muscle car experience, there's a chance that down the line, Dodge might be able to give us that full-fat three-pedal muscle car involvement in an EV. Unfortunately for now, it seems the only thing uniting most muscle car enthusiasts is their disdain for this new car. To be fair, it's not all doom and gloom out there on the internet. Many enthusiasts are actually excited about this next generation of Charger. Digital K Cerrito and SmileBoy48 are looking at this new 6-pack Charger as a great option for an enthusiast ride that can be hooned in all conditions thanks to its all-wheel drive system. As far as looks go, the retro styling in the front has been well received. Although, as much as Dodge wants to say
it doesn't look like a typical battery electric melted jelly bean,
it still kind of looks like a jelly bean. That's just what EVs kind of have to look like for optimal aerodynamics. And Lawrence Hodge over at Jalopnik is hailing the 6-pack as the spiritual return as the underrated Kia Stinger. Stinger gang, rise up. I see you, Lawrence, and I agree. That was an underrated sports car. If you know me at all, you know I love Dodge. I love Dodge so much, I forced Brad to make this Slithery V10 inspired t-shirt, which you can check out here or in the link in the description. But as far as the next-gen Charger is concerned,
maybe it's blasphemy to want a twin-turbo 6-cylinder in a muscle car, but I, for one, am stoked Dodge is charging ahead with a gas variant in the lineup, and it might even end up being the cheapest new...
I'm in more of a kinda wait-and-see mindset. We're months away from seeing and experiencing what the new Charger will actually be like for ourselves. And quite honestly, I think Awesome Bantha sums it up nicely here. And I quote, "I've seen all these enthusiast comments about Dodge losing their identity in a post-V8 world. But to be honest, I'm not sure how many people who actually buy Chargers and Challengers care about having a V8 specifically. There are tons of V6 models around, and I bet most of their customers just want something that 1, looks mean, 2, sounds mean, and 3, feels quick, in that order." And Parking Highlight 98, an actual Charger owner, says, "As a Charger RT owner, I love my Hemi, but anyone protesting the Hurricane engine because it's not a V8 is being a complete clown." I don't know if I'd go so far as to call them clowns, but anyway. They are basically superior to Hemi. There's zero reason for Chrysler to continue using them. Better fuel economy, more scalable, higher torque, and higher horsepower. To be honest, if this means it's a less desirable car to steal, then I'm all for it. If you haven't seen the news, apparently Chargers and Challengers are being stolen. A lot. But we're getting off track. So what do you think? As always, let us know down in the comments below. Who knows, your comment might end up in the next update we do on the Charger. Now, go check out this ideal vid up here, or whatever YouTube recommends down here. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and our sister channel, Ideal Cars, if you want to stay up to date on all things automotive. I'm Trav, and I'll see you all in the next one.